acid draw off the bad kitchen chemist as he was in his homemade lab at what used to be a normal run-of-the-mill kitchen. However, the professor, along with his two assistants, the beautiful toxic chemicals and the ugly hunchback Seymour Gore, Seagull for short, had turned this particular kitchen into a makeshift lab for his unusual experiments.
The Bunsen burners making lots of sparks. You try to scream and hear a terrible sound before you make it. There's a strong breeze, a thrill that hits you, makes you want to cry. And you realize that this is thriller night. No one's gonna save you from the man in the stripe. You know it's thriller night. You're about to change your life inside a thriller tonight. Door slam and realizes nowhere left to run. You go ahead and wonder if you'll ever have some fun. Close your eyes and hope this is just imagination. But all the while, you hear Seagull creeping up behind. You're out of time. You know it's thriller night. And no one's gonna save you from the man in the stripe. You know it's thriller night. You're about to change your life inside a thriller.
Seagull, where are those moans coming from? You got the radio turned to moan radio again?
I'm afraid I did, Master. I like waking up every morning to songs that go moaning, moaning.
What's your favorite song?
Moaning, moaning.
Moaning, moaning. How about changing it back to my favorite station, WDED 109? Then hand me that sodium chloride over there and the bottle of vinegar and that bottle of orange-colored liquid on the counter. Oh, I almost forgot. That covered plate, too.
Master, I'm afraid that your station is not working. There's just dead air.
Yeah, and doesn't that dead air sound peaceful and invigorating? You know, Seagull, air is a mixture of gases. So even though we don't see it, it's still a state of matter. However, I think I'll practice my organ playing now and listen to what I've learned, Seagull. See if we can make these solid molecules vibrate with a little rhythm here.
All right, Professor, play us something.
Lessons from that same guy?
Yes, Professor.
Does your hair?
Yes, Professor. He says I'm just off key by hair, but he says my bow stance is perfect. He also says I'm almost over the hump, and I've got the perfect bow.
Well, I see what you learned, Seagull.
The professor went down to Georgia to do some experiments. He was in a bind. He was way behind on a potion he wanted to invent. When he came across this humpback man sound fiddle and playing it hot, the professor jumped on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. You might take a good assistant if you can play me a fiddle tune. I need someone to help me find some human guinea pigs real soon." The man said, "My name is Seagull, and my hump gives me a stance to make my fiddle cause me sound waves with people in a trance." Listen.
Pretty good.
Been working on a new one, Professor.
Well, I hope that guy gives you lessons to do a little bit better here.
Very funny, sir. I did check, and they said it cost me a large hump of money.
Well, speaking of humps, you know, Seagull, is that hump you got on your back still? It looks like it's getting bigger and bigger here.
Yes, Professor. Yes, Professor, it is getting bigger. It's getting bigger every day.
Well, some clues are obscure, hard to observe. Some clues are evident, which means they're easy to observe. Your hump's very evident. Didn't I tell you checking and getting that hump removed? It looks like it's getting bigger. Like I said, I'm going to start calling you Humpty Dumpty.
Yes, Professor. What else are we doing today, Professor?
Well, today we're going to watch a disappearing phenomenon. But please check the windows there because we got a little draft in here for some reason. It's messing up my hair.
Yes, Professor. Talk about bad hair day. The professor's hair kind of looks weathered and eroded. Kind of reminds me of the Grand Canyon.
What do you say?
Oh, nothing, Professor. Nothing, Professor. What are we going to work on today, Professor Makes It Wrong?
Well, this is a disappearing phenomena using the solid and liquid states of matter. I'm going to let you use that first step in that ridiculous scientific method there.
What's that, Professor?
Observe me eating this delicious salad here. Then you can make an inference or prediction about how good it tastes by listening to my smacking, how good it is. It should be an excellent learning experience for you using your sensory neurons of Some of your five senses, sight, sound, and smell, but not taste or touch. My hypothesis states that if I made it, then it must be good.
I hope that gives Professor another state of matter. Gas.
See what else?
What else are we going to work on today, Professor?
Well, right now I'm waiting on the Tweedle brothers bringing me a couple of human guinea pigs to test a new concoction here that I made up to make the sixth grader memory function better. You know how they sometimes forget their locker combinations and how they open the lockers and agendas, or even worse, math homework. This should stimulate those particular neurons in their nervous system, help them remember those things. Then they'll maybe make all A's.
Yes, Professor. Well, I hope it works better than the formula you tried on these four. Your concoction was supposed to give them better table manners, but it had the opposite effect on them. Look at them, Professor.
Well,
At least they do look a lot better when they first got here.
yeah, I saw their school pictures. Now they just eat like
Eighth graders.
Well, my hypothesis tested out wrong on that one, but we'll try it again later, maybe. I think the formula's equation wasn't balanced. It stimulated the musical side of their memory, side of their small brains. At least they should do better in band class, because they can actually play instruments on key now. Watch this, I got them trained here.
Show me, Professor.
Stand up, Bill. All right, you ready? All right, sit down.
Professor, I know that matter is considered anything that has mass and takes up space. But is it air is even matter because it's a mixture of nitrogen and oxygen? But is sound considered matter?
No, Seaguar, sound does not matter because it doesn't take up space or have mass there. Like heat and light is considered energy.
Well, I guess that explains why these sixth graders can't remember how to open their lockers. Because their brain thermal energy is converted to sound energy during locker breaks. They're like a bunch of gas and plasma molecules moving around fast in the hall. Sometimes they look like liquid molecules flowing loosely down the hall to their connection classes. And then sometimes, Professor, some of them look like solid molecules stuck to their lockers with their jaws vibrating up and down. It's going to have to be a very strong formula to overcome the mess that make them remember things.
Well, I've changed the formula some, and I've added a final secret ingredient here. Hormones from the memory part of the brain, the thalamus here.
Professor, is that a real brain?
All right, yes, it's the brain of a sixth grader. He wasn't using it much, so it wasn't hard to talk him into selling it for 3 pieces of candy.
Well, I guess that's a no-brainer, Professor. By the way, Professor, I can't seem to find those creatures that you created and were in a jar in the basement.
Well, let's see. What you mean the ones that didn't work right?
I'm afraid so, Professor. Oh no, it's the sewer line!
Sewer lights. They look like razors to me.
Oh, I bet you wonder how I can prove all the senses that are part of you. Seeing those creatures move up and down.
sewer water. All they want to do is dance and sing now. Maybe there's a market for them somewhere. Remind me to call the Fruit of the Loom folks.
All right, Professor. He's bringing someone in.
Professor Mix-a-Bomb, the Tweedle brothers are here with the new volunteers. They look kind of strange. The volunteers look kind of strange. Hi, Professor.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, Professor.
Hi, Don.
We found this other through your experiments. No, it's not a spare shock, are you? Yeah, duh. It is a shock type of matter. No, dumb. Shock, emotion, does not have mass and doesn't take up space, so it's not considered matter. Hey, I just made up a cheer. Matter everywhere. Over here and over there. This one's out.
That's enough.
Dumb, I hope they never clone you, because then it'd surely be a dumb. What more would be dumb? Dum. Well, after they clone all the cows and sheep, maybe they'll start the next level of unintelligent creatures and call you guys.
Yeah, there's some things even my lab rats won't do. Enough of this mindless banner. See, go bring me those 4 human guinea pigs over here. Bring the guinea pigs over. Yeah, have them drink the formula. Okay, now take them to the back. Let's see what happens. Kimmy, those noises sound like they're coming from the walls again. I thought I told you to call the exterminators to get rid of them. Well, I don't know what's holding them up. Well, I can't stand this. I can't work.
Welcome!
There's the doorbell.
There's the doorbell.
Why don't you come into the house?
That was weird. Don't call them again. They're kind of strange.
Professor, I think the formula backfired again. It must have been too strong. You've made them into the smallest particle of matter, an atom.
Adam.
My lantern, my electrons are spinning, and orbits are fast. I'm having negative thoughts, and now I'm getting dizzy. I'm positive I had more protons when I came out here. Did I lose one?
I feel tired. Does my nucleus have run down? I think I'll get a split to do. Give me more energy. What do you need?
Although you cannot see us, we don't make much of a fuss when we combine the surplus, the Addams Family.
Oh, well, just what we need is more weirdos around here. Take them back, Kimmy, see if we can get some kind of chemical change of them. Right now, they're just an odd-looking mixture here. We'll use some heat energy, see if we can make a compound out of it. Bring me those 6 lab rats we did that experiment on, see if there's been any changes in them yet.
I don't think you're going to like this, Professor. Those lab rats got loose and have turned into the noble gases element family by eating your formula at the periodic table. Hi, I'm Neil, and my phone number is chemistry. I have 6 their tests on my necklace. I use them once a minute. Hi, I'm Neil, and my atomic number is 10. I use them nice because I can glow pretty orange or red. I'm Argon. My atomic number is 18. I'm used to fill light bulbs and fluorescent bulbs and also glow. I'm a Diana. I'm 54 and I use lights and banana flashes. I'm red and I made a 6 on a pretty hard element because sometimes I can be tired. And I am a cigarette smoker. However, my isotopes are used in cancer treatment. Hi, I'm Krypton and I'm 36. And I'm used in sign lights, airport runway lights, strobe lights, and camera flashes.
Who are y'all?
We're sisters.
Professor, first atoms, now element. This is molecular madness. What's the matter with us?
I don't know, is this some kind of Alice in Wonderland joke? Get rid of those things here before Queen of Hearts shows up. Seagull, bring me the Tweedle brothers here. Our change the formula and try it on them. There's not a lot of brains to work with, but at least they won't take much to show improvement.
Come on, Tweedle brothers. Professor, are you sure this is wise? They haven't used their brains in years. And remember, you can't make a mountain out of a molehill, or should I say an anthill.
Well, at least if the experiment fails, nobody will miss them. Drink this. One of you will be the constant part of the experiment, and one of you, that's the part that doesn't change, and one of you will be the dependent variable, the part that changes it.
Hey, I see red fireflies in here.
You just made a qualitative observation there, Dee, when you said red, because red is describing a color. If you said a number like 20, that would have been a quantitative observation. However, that's just the lights flickering and making reflections off these glasses. It's called an optical illusion. Something you think you see, but it's not really there. You didn't drink the formula. You're the constants. Your brother is the variable. How many fingers do you see, Don?
2, no 3, no 2, no 2.5. Man, I feel strange.
obviously your memory didn't improve since you can't remember how many fingers I held up. I think the reaction just triggered your stereoscopic vision to see things, and since you and your brother are obviously twins who share the same brain, it had the same effect on both of you, and one of you took the actual formula. You're just seeing things in double or more.
Oh, I don't know, Professor. Maybe they could remember twice as well now with this formula. And just think, sixth graders might do even more homework than assigned.
No way.
No.
No way. No way.
Sometimes what you see ain't what you get. Use all your other senses 'cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Do a double take and investigate. Take a closer look, see before it gets too late. Check out the stimuli, don't let them tell you no lie. Make sure that your response is the right one to try. Use what senses that you've got. To your brain, let your neurons do the talk, and you do the walk with no pain. Some say seeing is believing, but I say it sure can be deceiving. Unless you use all five senses to observe, so you hit the right nerve. Optical illusions try to see through, so your conclusion will be true. And then maybe your response won't make a fool out of you. Seeing eye to eye won't always get you by. Or wait and see attitude might be the best one to try. Make many observations, hypothesize the outcome.
Oh, well, I don't guess it worked on them either. Well, maybe we'll have some other things we can try, some other guinea pigs, or what's this?
Professor, I found these three sneaking around in the basement. They got separated from their class on a field trip excursion catching fireflies in the woods and got in through a downstairs window. They say they're from some place called Chapel Hill.
Aha! This is just what we need. More fresh bodies for this experiment here. What are your names?
Oh, I'm Phil. I'm Jack.
And I'm Jill.
And we're from Chapel Hill.
Bill, Jeff, and Jill. Is the mother goose nightmare, or is this Halloween or something? Must be a full moon out there, okay? Since here's what we're going to do. Since you are students, we're going to see what you know about science by playing a little quiz game that I call Who Wants to Be a Know-It-All. Seagore will ask you a question concerning an area of science that you should have already studied, and you should know. And since I only need two of you for my experiment, the one who answers the most correctly gets their freedom. You might say you'll be our science survivor. The other two stay here for a consolation prize. If you don't know the answer, we might ask somebody else in the studio audience about the answer. By the way, all answers are final, and no, you cannot call a friend.
You want your survival. Tell me this answer. Anything that has mass and takes up space is what?
Matter.
You're right, you go. You're free for your life. Tell me the formula for density. You're free to go with your life. Are your eyes blue? And why are they blue?
DNA.
DNA? Did you say DNA?
Why is DNA so important anyway, Professor?
Well, did you ask why?
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 DNA. Everybody get together.
You be a boy or a girl, I said, what makes your hair be straight or have curls? I said, what makes your fingerprints look the world? They don't need to do much more. What does you look so like you? I said, what does your eyes brown and blue? I said, what does yourself roll like they do? Now you can see what this love for. You ask the question now. Why DNA? You might just question how. Why DNA? all this work for free. I said, how does? Because our heredity, it just makes us all what we are. What can we do to help us learn more? I said, what can we use this knowledge or more? I said, what can we do to open the door? We still don't know all so far. You ask the question now,
Why DNA?
you might just question how.
Why DNA?
'Cause then our bodies prove to give us more clue. It's important to information by you. You ask why.
DNA? Why DNA?
Very good.
So to answer your question, why DNA is important, it's an acid in our body. Oh, well, just bring me those two acids and bases and I'll mix them with a formula here.
What are they, Professor?
Well, I don't know, just some vinegar and some other powder I found hidden back in the back of the pantry here. The label came off, but I think it's some kind of harmless baking powder or something. We're just call it mystery powder.
Don't you think that you should research this before you try it? Then you can make a protocol, a scientific plan of action.
Nah, I'm wasting too much time doing all this recording and studying data. I'm just going to make a prediction and form my conclusion based on it. Then I can publish my results and share my success with other scientists all over the world. I'll be king of the kitchen chemist again. And I won't be remembered for all my embarrassing failures and accidents, especially that time in school when my septic monorans, those sewer lice creatures, got out and ate my entire class. Maybe they'll even let me back into the My Scientist Club, the famous scientists there. Who knows, I might even be a guest on Bill Nye the Science Guy, or maybe even the Jerry Springer Show. I'll be a super science sleuth, okay? Here he goes,
Oh,
then.
no, Professor. Don't do it, Professor.
Oh, I got to, I tried. Oh my gosh! Oh, look at you! Look at you! Oh well, at least it's Halloween. We should get lots of treats.
Yes, we should. Line up, fellows.
Well, I was messing around my kitchen late one night, mixing up some concoctions, left and right. When all of a sudden there was a big bang and really strange sight. When I looked in the mirror, gave me quite a fright. Seemed to mix the wrong stuff, broke some kind of rule. When I saw my reflection, didn't look too cool. Wouldn't go over well when I went to school, except on Halloween, 'cause this fool looked like a goo. My mama told me not to do it. I didn't listen and I blew it. Now just be careful if you brew it, especially if you're new to it. Yeah, I'm all mixed up, like fruit salad in a cup. You don't get close up, 'cause it ain't makeup. I'm a kitchen chemist who just couldn't see. I use a scientific method could really have helped me. Yeah, I'm all mixed up. That was an example of bilateral symmetry, but now I look like a human race refugee. My hair looks like mint, white, and blue fricassee. My face looks like I'm afflicted with some strange malady. Yeah, my nose is crooked and leans to one side. My eyebrows are gone and kind of look bug-eyed. My ears are fat, purple color makes them hard to hide. And my lips are yellow and my teeth kind of look tie-dyed. My mama told me not to do it. I didn't listen and I blew it. Now just be careful if you brew it, especially if you do to it. Yeah, I'm all mixed up. cause it ain't makeup. Yeah, I'm a kitchen chemist who just couldn't see. I use a scientific method could really have helped me. Yeah, I'm all mixed up. Let's try a different song here to see if we do any better.
Okay.
I was working in my kitchen lab late one night, with my eyes beheld an eerie sight. A monster with a slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, the monster mash. It was a schoolyard smash. It caught on in a flash. The monster mash. My laboratory in the kitchen east. Country behind where my creatures feast. The students all come in small groups and droves to see what mixtures I've got cooking on my stove. They did the monster mash. It was a schoolyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It did the monster mash. Party was a lot of fun. With Tweedledee there and Tweedledum. The kids were entertained by Cutie and Caesar and the Noble Gas sisters danced around and spun. The scene was rocking when the Ghostbusters busted. The Adams family came, no matter their disgusting. Monster bed played on while the experiments were busting. And a big storm hit and the wind started gusting. They did the monster mash. It was the schoolyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the monster mash. Then at last, some students came.
You guys were a very good audience, and we just want to tell y'all, every now and then we'll add a little treat to y'all's science. We have 3 or 4 other shows we do throughout the year, and some of you might be involved in that. First, give our... Also, those of you who have Mr. Quarles, he sang. So give him a round of applause for that. And then most of all, give yourself a round of applause for being a great audience.